Hey everybody, it's Shanika. March the 4th, 2026. How y'all doing now? I've noticed this I've noticed this all my life. I'm coming from my personal experience as well as general. Now, what I'm about to describe, I'm not meaning saying people are bad, but these types of people, we know what the fuck they be doing. Some of them, I don't know why I'm hearing victim lies, playing victim. Yes, they do. But you may be aware of these types of people and you may need to watch out because if someone they try to avoid therapy or avoid some type of help to help them with their issues or to take accountability, you may want to think twice dealing with them, get back with them. I understand some people are against therapy. They don't want people in their business. I get that. But if you're not trying to evolve, better yourself, or find out what your deep rooted issues is, it's like, no, why would I want to reconcile or even deal with somebody like that? I think like that. But anyway, this is coming from my own experience as well as general experience. I'm not saying that these people are bad, but I don't fuck around with these types of people because these types of people are dangerous. They're very dangerous, and they some of them can have spiritual gifts or just common sense or the lack of common sense to where I'm trying to say they can see your soft spots. They can see your compassion. They can see some type of healing aura or healing energy with you, or they may feel comfortable. You may feel like you are a comfort zone. As soon as I said that, a blue jay, a bluebird, flew by me. Real talk. And so basically, if a person is not willing to get some type of therapy or take the accountability, or even, I mean, whether they go to a professional or go to a pastor or go to get some type of healing something, or just calling out their own issues, their traumas. If somebody not trying to get help for their own issues or try to stop, really trying to evolve, something wrong, in my opinion. They're dangerous. And what came to me, because I get downloads and just things come to me, those types of people, they want to play these mind games because they led by ego, they led by hurt, some led by attached spirits, some led by childhood traumas. As like literally, we have childhood traumas, but you are responsible. Whether your mother, your father, your environment impacted or did something, and you need to hold them accountable. But you have to help yourself. You have to. And I wanted to say I've been in predicaments where people have felt like I was responsible, or I have felt like I was responsible for healing or bettering someone. You understand? And I'm learning, and I have learned, Shigga, it's not your responsibility to heal, to be personal therapist. You are not. You have your own issues, you have your own traumas you have to get through. You're responsible for it, and everybody don't think like that. So you get in these relationships with friends, marriages, families, co-workers, just friends, relationships, baby mothers, baby fathers, whatever. And these people, they're not willing to work out their problems. Not knocking them, because we all have them to a certain extent. But if you're not willing to go get counseling, or willing to read a self-care book, or willing to really do the work, you need to get the fuck away from me. I'm just saying. I mean, me, you, or whoever that's truly healing, because these people are dangerous. And I say they're dangerous because if y'all don't know, I did have a stroke back in 2023. Now, I can say I'm not the person to. I'm not the person to get sick. I may have a cold here and there, and but I'm not a person to be laying in a hospital. And that happened to me, trying to befriend or in somebody in my energy. And I'm like, oh shit, because I'm learning to where, is this my energy or this is not? And I'm not trying to come off as a victim, but I'm just being aware, learning to be aware of what's mine or what's not, what's my baggage and what is not. And because other people, I mean, I'm known this in my natal chart, like, bitch, you a fucking therapist, like on my own right. And People see that and know that it makes me feel comfortable. I've had strangers off the fucking street now told me shit, and I'm like, what the fuck? That's before I found out I was an empath, where I can feel other people's emotions and different things. But people, you might be that type of person where people feel so comfortable you do it naturally, because some people, they will try to put on and try to learn you so that they can play on your emotions. But when you're a natural empath, when you're a natural person, it flows easy, where strangers feel comfortable. And some people, they try to mimic their energy. They not really empaths, they're really a fucking energy vampire. They mock people. But long story short, it's very important to protect your energy, but it's very important to get some type of professional help. Whether you connect with nature, go see a professional, go see a pastor, go see a spiritual practitioner, or either just sit with yourself, sit with your higher self, sit with your God, which you subscribe to, or your ancestors, and tap in. I'm saying, you can. There's so many forms of healing, but you got to be honest. You got to want to do it. You have to. And when you are healing, in my opinion, when you are going through this shadow work or this healing journey, you must take accountability. Take accountability from the things that you've done in your own life. And be open. Not a place of judgment of yourself. Have compassion for yourself. Because we were taught things in some situations, but really, like, I did a read last night, but I see so many people, they talking about their motivators, their self healers, their self care. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, no, you not, like, me being an empath and me reading energy, I can sense people like, child, you need to stop. You need to stop. I'm not talking about somebody in the process of healing. I'm talking about these people pretending, because when somebody is healed, I know. When somebody is healing, I know. Because one thing in your healing process, will it be step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, you got to take accountability. You have to take accountability, and you must have compassion for yourself. You can't be pointing the fingers at everybody, whether your external environment could have played a role, likely it did, but you have to take accountability. And I know of people that want to play holy or play God to the public, and they have this persona, and they're not real. That's why they crumble, and might that's why they crumble around someone like me, someone like you. They're not about their life. And when they demons get irritated and where they can't hold that fake energy, they begin to fucking go crazy, to where they want to physically fight you, verbally fight you, have get papers falsified. Cause someone did that. I knew. I will boldly tell you, I'm on divine assignment, and I'll break it down my assignment to you. I just know. I just hear a voice. You on divine assignment, and when I'm on divine assignment, doesn't mean that I can't learn from you. I'm there to learn from you, but I know you are on assignment, and I know when my assignment is over. Right. So I had someone. I had someone that I let my guards down just a little bit, and that's all it took, just a little bit. And that energy came in and had its way, because I said, I don't get sick. I really don't. I don't be in the hospital. I don't get sick. And nothing towards somebody that, be sick throughout the years or a year. But I'm the type of person, I don't get sick. I mean, I have a cold here and there, but I don't get hospitalized. And when I got hospitalized in 2023, I knew something wrong. I knew some type of witchcraft, or if it wasn't that, it was some type of energy manipulation. It was not natural. And I did learn from not. I mean, I learned from the situation, because I ended up going through it. But that energy, that sickness of that stroke, it was not mine. And I tell my doctors, I had one doctor out of many doctors, believe me, it got so deep that when because I couldn't even walk. I had to walk with a cane. Now I'm walking fine. You would never think, but I walked with a cane. I couldn't even wipe my ass. It got so serious, and I'm like, this is not my energy, and I knew it wasn't. And not saying like I let down my guard, because you say how you high vibrational, and you say you protected. That's true, but I let down my guards, because I tell you, I'm still healing. I'm not completely healed. I'm still healing, and that person I was living with, or and she saw that. and couldn't stand it because she had to fake a holiness. I really had the anointing, or I have the anointing, and she faked it. You know, but it was so crazy that Spirit would tell me things in advance and it would happen. But long story short, when I began to get my strength back, when I began to notice, oh shit, some type of energy manipulation, witchcraft is being done, some type of something like a demon. I had the woman demon that was in her. It came to me in a dream, and I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like, this woman, like, I don't want to go, not on this video, but it got so deep that Archangel Michael, I felt like it was him came because I said, why am I here? And I heard, this is for your protection. I said, what? I was laying up, I was in rehab, I was living in rehab of my stroke. And I asked, because I'm like, oh, bitch, you spiritual, you can tap in. I tapped in. I said, why am I here? And I heard, it was basically for my better good. And I was like, I felt like I was being protected, but I was like, why I can't go back to the house? And it was for my protection. And I'm like, and after when I got back to that house, I realized, oh, it was like my eyes were really open. It got so bad when I was in, because I had to go in the ambulance. It got so bad that this part is not bad. When I was in the ambulance, I felt healer. I felt angels, real life. I didn't see them. I felt them. There was real life angels. I felt beings I felt beings surrounding me. I felt like they was angelic. They could have been some spiritual guys, but I felt like they was angelic. Like there was like Archangel Raphael. It was healing angels. And when the EMT was taking me out to transfer me into the hospital, I felt the beings walking or around the EMT. That's how I know that, they have that symbol that, I forgot what you call it, they have that symbol. But yeah, them angels, that whatever beings it was, I'm like, dang, they was surrounding the EMT. I was like, dang, and I felt like crying because they were so holy, or they were so high vibration, because I felt I was so scared. I was like, what's going on? But actually, I was more safer in the hospital than I was in that woman's home I was living with. And she was projecting her energy onto me, and because I'm so sensitive, I can feel it. She, before I got my stroke, and I'm like, I'm a young woman, and the doctor's like, how did you get a stroke? You so young. And about 2 or 3 weeks before the stroke came, the woman felt like she was gonna have a stroke, but I ended up taking a spiritual hit because I let down my guard just a little bit. I let down my guard just a little bit. She was emotional manipulating, and Spirit was talking to me. Kept saying, my guys, oh, they was talking to me, because if it wasn't for them, a lot of things I wouldn't have got through. They kept saying a dark witch. I was like, who is a dark witch? But then on a soul level, really on a deep, like on a surface level, I'm like, who? But then on a soul level, it's like I already knew who they was talking about. And I was like, are they talking about Sarah? Are they talking about her? But on a soul level, I knew. But on a surface level, I'm like, who? I'm asking who, but it's like, bitch, you know what the fuck what we talking about. They didn't say bitch, but I'm just being real. You better trust your spirit. And they began to, I was laying up in the hospital, and it's like when I would ask questions, and and then I would get answers. Then my great grandmother came to me, and she said, "Open." She came to me, and those who don't know, I can connect with the other side. And she came to me, and she said, "Open your eyes, open your spiritual eyes." And once I opened them, was like freely to open, because she was there with me. She's like, "Open." I knew. I was like, "Damn, that's my grandma." Open your eyes. And then I saw the woman. I saw like a demonic energy, and it had like, it was ugly. And I saw the woman in black gook. I'm like, oh my God. But I was being protected, because my great grandma came down, and she was mad as hell. She was hot. There was Archangel Michael around. I had like, there were different, I didn't see them, but I was communicating telepathically. But I knew it was who, because I'd be like, who? If I didn't know, I was like, who is this? But my spirit felt comfortable because I knew it was a good being. But I'm going back to what I was originally saying. These people out here And instead of them getting the help that they need or facing their traumas, they would try to manipulate someone, put on a show. Because the woman I live with, oh, she put on a show. When the people would come out to the house, oh, she would put on a show. And my spirit would like, she is so fake. Like, my spirit would like, it couldn't stand it because she was so fake. But she act godly. She had Jesus, God, crosses, and people like that. Some of them, I'm not gonna say all, but a lot of people like that, when they got the Jesus this, the Bible verse is John 58 this, John 28, like every second word, something be wrong. And I noticed that. But anyway, just surface level looking, you wouldn't think about that woman was that, but that woman had a demonic figure. And anyway, but people just saying like that, or just in their energy, what I'm saying, will avoid counseling, because a lot of times people that avoid getting help or taking accountability, some type of responsibility, they don't want you to know who they truly are. Or like I said, a lot of them, they do have some type of low vibration energy attachment, and they don't really want you to know what type of person you are, because I'm very spiritually inclined and the empath, I can see through her, because the woman, she ended up saying that she tried to run over her own child. And I don't know if her child was a child. I couldn't imagine she trying to run over her adult child. But she, and then I'm the type that if I hear something like that, I'm like, what? But I was so sickened in my spirit that I did not ask her to elaborate. See, when these demons or people, the low vibration energy, or just manipulators, when they feel like they got you down, or feel like you need them, or they feel like they crushing you, that's when they feel comfortable to boast and have an ego at arrogant. And she got that way. She did, to where I'm like, she got the right one. Because when I first told her, I said I'm on assignment. Not saying I couldn't learn from her, she couldn't learn from me. Because I learned a lot of things from her, like positive things, but that experience, I felt like it was pure hell. Even with living with her, but I noticed I'm like, a person can play godly and could really, but really a demon. I've seen that over the years, but to live with somebody like that, I'm glad that my grandmother, I'm not religious, but I come from the background of Christianity, but just having a foundation of church background on, and I come from a spiritual family, so, aka psychics. I wouldn't say psychics, but I can say psychics, but very spiritual. I can sense stuff, and they could too. So it's like, you know, they most of them are karmic. I was born into a karmic bloodline as well. Well, I'm gonna say karmic family. Put it like this, because everybody in my bloodline is not karmic. You know what I'm saying. But the lady thought she had me so figured out, and she didn't. She didn't. And when I began to talk to one family member, I told her everything. And I can't lie to her, because she's very spiritually inclined like me. And she one person that can see, like, if I was to lie, she can see through me. She'll call me out. And I would tell her things. And she believed me. And yeah, I'm like, grandma was here. She was there to protect me. Even my grandmother came down from the spiritual realm to protect me. She forewarned me about her. But then when it really hit the fan, the woman wanted to go back and forth. Like, I'm not the type, I don't go back and forth. I'll walk away, because I already know your fate. So when you intentionally start doing stuff to me, and I know I ain't do nothing, well, I'm gonna go back and forth. It got to the point that this woman falsified paperwork against me. And I'm like, I don't even move like that. It'd be crazy if I did. I mean, she began to say I had behaviors. I'm like, what behaviors? But like a year or two before that, she almost killed me and one of her clients in the car, because she was taken over by a demon. The reason why I say it was a demon, because I was told it was a demon in the spirit. I heard demon. She was taken over. I think she had a lot going on, but it wasn't just she had a lot going on. A demon took over. An entity took over, and she was racing, and like, she was driving crazy, where she could have not only harmed me and her client, she could have harmed other people driving. But she was like, I was having behaviors, but you almost killed her. You could have killed. But you know who I called? I called Archangel Michael. As soon as I called Archangel Michael, you think that woman that did not park her car? That's the power of Archangel Michael. But labeled me as having a behavior and falsified documents, but almost killed me and her client. Stuff like that. And then she admitted that she tried to kill her own daughter. I mean, excuse me, I keep saying killed. Why do I keep saying that? Bring it back. She did not say she tried to kill. Excuse me. When I tell the story, I always say killed. She did not say that. She said she was trying to run over her daughter. That's what she said. Again, I don't know if her daughter was a child or an adult, but I can see her. I could not see her running over her daughter as an adult. I can see that. I could not see that. But and it wasn't like, oh, she was trying to do something to me. It was nothing like that. It was like she would had a arrogant saying, and I'm like, who the fuck would even try to do that to their adult child or their small child? Like, especially a small child, who would boast about that? I'm like, this woman is pure evil. But talk about God and Jesus. But I'm telling you, people like that. But then I thought about it. People like her or people like that, just in general speaking, don't go to counseling or don't go, because if they was to go to counseling, I believe some of their ass will be arrested. The truth will come out about them. Like, they will have to, like, and they love to say, please forgive me, please forgive me. Like, what the fuck? You trying to run over somebody? You trying to do this? You trying to do that? I mean, a lot of them avoid, I mean, just saying people in general, they avoid that counseling accountability because they wear a mask and the truth will come out. You will find they in illegal activities. They try to kill people. I'm speaking general, try to kill people, try to do stuff. So this woman kept saying she was pushing that blaming, saying her daughter do this, her daughter do that, not saying her daughter didn't do this. So a lot of things I did believe she said that her daughter did or was a part of. I do believe it, but it was always pushing the blame on her daughter. But come to find out, she admitted to me she trying to run over her daughter. So I'm like, what type of bullshit is this? And when I was living in her house with two other men, she will always try to talk me and the men about her daughter. So that's what I'm saying. You got to be careful, because these people, they will try to talk your head off about other people when they are the bad person. Again, they avoid stuff, but Spirit ended up telling me that they have something on their ancestry. I think it's an entity, but they have something on their ancestry, and people like that, they're not trying to get help. They will try to falsify and lie on you, but they'll put energy to falsify or do something towards you, but won't put the energy and get some help, because once they go to counseling and have all that stuff comes out, it reveals who they are. So again, I'm saying in general, and again, I was using scenarios from real life shit. It's the reason why I don't fuck with people anyway, but I'm like, oh, I see why. But watch out for these people. If they're not taking accountability, responsibility, if they're not, and they love to play on your emotions, and these people will create stuff in your life once they think they know you or have you figured out, or they got a window. They'll try to come in and they feel like, well, I paid lunch for you, I gave you money, or that I did this for you, and whether it's true or not, but I'm not going to jail for you, or I'm not lying for, they expect for you to lie, steal, kill, murder for them. Like, have you lost your mind? It's deep, and everybody's situation is very deep and it's very different. But I'm just trying to give you the idea. If people don't take account, I feel like this. If you bold enough to do it, you bold enough to say you did it or done it in front of the police, in front of you, in front of whoever. Because I don't see her going for this woman. I'm using Sarah Heron, for example. I don't see her going in front of people and say, yeah, I try to run up my daughter. Or say what her daughter is into or what her daughter has done to her kids. Like, you ain't going to hear her tell the world that. Or just the true story of what took place in her home. Or just the issues she really has. I'm just using her for example. But I mean, in general, saying people, no, they're not. They're going to blame it on you. They're not taking accountability. That's why I said you hold people accountable. You better document, get videos, do whatever, have witnesses, and hold them accountable and tell them about themselves. So these people that want to circle back and come back, well, it's up to you if you want them back. But and then if they do go to counseling, they be trying to manipulate you or manipulate the therapist because they're looking for a way in. Because you don't have you there to blame or you there to take your energy. If they can't find another soul, they're gonna try to come back to you. And them demons want to feed off you. I'm not saying everybody is demon possessed, no, but I'm just saying whatever's in them, their guilt, their shame, that manipulated energy wants to feed off you. It's up to you if you will set them back. But people like that, nah. Once you bite me, you cannot bite me again. But I do learn from you. I learn from you the lesson, what I needed to learn, go about my business. Then I expose your ass. You got the right fucking one. I will expose you as your kids gonna see, your grandkids, the world gonna see the devil that you are. Fuck around, you will find out fucking with me. But I'm just giving y'all an example and telling y'all from my experience. But do what you want to. Use your spirit of discernment. Goodbye.